think that it's wonderful that the woman keeps her head on straight, and she's not insecure. You know, she doesn't have any anxiety. She's not falling for the bad boy charm anymore. Will's character is a little bit, but you know, she's really smart, and she really wants what's best for her family. And she has to honor both of these relationships, and I think she learns how to do that by the end of the movie.
In a way, both guys bring something that is positive, I think.
Yeah, especially for the kids, you know? And she's really thinking about her children, and how wonderful to have two men that really love them in her life and parenting them.
Do you think nowadays society dedicates all their time or families to the kids? I mean, have we become slaves of our own kids? Not slaves, but you know, like we give them everything, or some people. I have no kids, but I have a cat, and I treat her right.
Right, it's hard not to want to give her everything,
Yeah,
right? No, it is hard, you know, when you're lucky enough to be able to provide wonderful things for your kid. You don't want to spoil them too much. But then, how lucky are you that you can do that? You know. I just think there's no way you can ever spoil them with too much love. So I think to be able to love your child and to love them as unconditionally as you can is the key.
Was it difficult for you to keep a straight face sometimes? It was so funny.
Yes, I mean, but that's my character. I have to keep a straight face. So I've got the fear of God. I don't want to mess anything up by cracking a smile.
But was it difficult?
Yes, of course. And there's some things, you know, especially as the improvs would go on, you know, and then we would continue to do things back and forth with each other. It just, you know, it grows larger and larger and larger, and then it gets funnier and funnier and more silly.
You do a lot of work. Tell us a little, how satisfied are you with your professional life?
I think, I've had a great year. I've had a great year, and last year was a great year, and I feel so lucky. You know, I've been in this business for a long time now, and I feel like things are just getting better and better. And I've been really, really fortunate to work with incredible people. You know, I got to work with all these guys here, and then I go back and I work on my show and on Bloodline, and the cast is incredible. And I did a movie with Michael Keaton, and I just keep getting to work with people I admire, which is a wonderful thing.
What's going on with the quality of television? I think in the last few decades is going really high.
Yeah.
TV is not anymore like the, you know, like the unproduced films that nobody wants to see.
Right. I love it. I love television more than I ever have right now. I love watching it. I love being in it too. It's a totally different experience being in it as well. You know, doing a show for Netflix is a different thing than doing a show for a network and having to do a pilot and having the pilot go and then being picked up for episodes or being canceled because in a few episodes. It's a totally different thing where I think the storytelling is highly valued, and I think you're getting to see really interesting stories. And I think the parts that are available for really fine actors are great too. I mean, the people that are doing the roles, it's so much fun to watch them.
So these guys, they're sexy on their own right.
Right.
How would you describe the sexiness of this guy?
Well, you know, Mark, of course, has the bad boy charm, and he's super cool, and of course, very fit. He takes his shirt off a few times, and you know, he's a very obvious, handsome choice for my character. But then she grows out of that, and she finds this beautiful, loving man who is hilarious and is there for her constantly, and he's very present, and he's handsome and charming in his own right.
I love the way that the film deals with these new kinds of families, in which the steps and the bio and the whatever, they get together and they have to live together. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think so too. And our handyman has to live with us as well.
Great.
Yeah, I know. It's so much fun. And then to be in the middle of all of that, you know, and to walk the fine line of somehow enjoying parts of it and yet at the same time being able to put my foot down and be the realist in the situation.
It's like I felt like moving in and opening the fridge and watching it.
Yeah.
It was very attractive like that. You know?
Yeah, I think the movie is really sweet. It makes you know, when I saw it, I've seen it once, and I was so happy about it because I think it works as a whole film, and the guys are so funny, and I think when you walk out, you feel better than you did when you walk in.
In a way, your character is she's strict, but she's generous too. No?
Yes, I think so.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah, I do. I think it was important not to be a strict mom who's constantly rolling her eyes and angry at the world. I don't think Sarah is angry at the world. I think she really loves her family, and I think she sees the value in when Dusty comes back in him being in her kid's world. And I love that scene I have with Will in the bed where I said, you know, of course he's driving everybody crazy, but my kids love him, so that's what we're doing. And I think that's an important sentiment. You know, you may not love to have to deal with certain parts of your family, but they're your family, so.